everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm so excited to do a 3 looks with one palette, and that palette is the Surge palette by Blend Bunny Cosmetics. So if you want to see how I got this look and 2 others, then just keep on watching. Surge is here. The Blend Bunny Cosmetics Surge palette. I'm so excited. I ordered it on launch day. It came in yesterday on my birthday. And I was like, well, I'm gonna have to film the first look with it because I didn't last time and should have. And so I'm super excited. So this will be a 3 looks, 1 palette video. And if you've watched any of mine before, I'm still kind of trying to learn how to do things to make them not be overly time consuming. So I was like, okay, one of these may be a voiceover, and I hope that one of them will be very extravagant because those are always fun. So to start out, I have my lid primed with the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair, and I'm going to take my DeWalt Beauty Lounge brush. I'm going to go into the shade Vinyl. Now, I will discuss this palette quite a bit throughout the video, but here is what it looks like. It's a grunge dream, in my opinion. There are lighter shades up here that are more kind of pastel, more muted, which I feel like let's all thank Blend Bunny Cosmetics for this, because in most palettes that they're just like grunge focused, there's not transition shades. So I feel like these are going to be perfect, and I'm going to try my best to do a really fun grunge look when I have time. Today is Friday the 24th, and I still wanted to do something for my birthday on Friday because I wanted to spend it with my parents. So we're going to do some things this evening, and I just like, well, let's get colorful. And then we have these beautiful grunge shades here, the second and third row. Then there are these amazing shimmers that I absolutely cannot wait to dive into. I did use Flash for my inner corner highlight and Euphoric for a little pop of shimmery goodness. And then the neons on the bottom, can we talk about that? Oh my gosh, a dream. So yeah, this is gonna have to be the first look because I've kind of made it be at this point. But I'm gonna take this DeWalt Beauty Lounge brush and go into Vinyl, which is the black shade. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pack it onto the lid, and I'm gonna try to shape out my look. So I'm just using the black, and I'm kind of winging it out, and I'm just making it the shape that I want. Blend Bunny Cosmetics is seriously the most perfect, colorful. I mean, even the neutrals in the blends palette are really good. I just don't, I'm very intimidated by neutral looks. I feel like I suck at them. I don't know, when I jumped into makeup, I decided I did not want to do more makeup looks like I've seen a lot of other people doing. I wanted to do colorful, so I like looked for people that did colorful eyeshadow and stuff. So like that's how I found Bailey Sarian. I've learned a lot from her. And then Nikki Tutorials, of course, the queen of color. And I was just like, let's play around with this. And I never really learned how to do a neutral look. I do feel like sometimes though they are pretty. I love them, just not always on me. But every once in a while I'll crank one out and I'm like, ooh, I like that. I did a look the other day that I really wish that I would have filmed because I felt I felt hot, and I rarely ever feel attractive, and I felt like a 10, and honestly in my opinion I'm a 2. So I mean, that's giving myself some credit. Probably more than I need, but anyway, that's not me asking for compliments or anything. It's just how I feel about myself. It's always been that way. But growing up pretty regularly, I was told that I was ugly, so I guess I just never really got over that. I know this looks a little wild, but I'm fixing to go to a smaller brush for the rest of this. I just wanted to pack that color down, because that was something that I noticed when I was doing this other eye. It's not the palette's fault, it's just how I was doing it. I was trying to use a really small brush, and I was like, to pack this on, I'm going to need a thicker brush. So this is my ColourPop E10 brush. And I'm going to take it, I'm going to finish winging this out. And I'm not going to take it all the way down because I'm going to try to use the purples and the pinks for that. Make it to not be so crooked over here. Sorry about my squeaky chair. Said I didn't want this to be a very long video. Look at me talking for 10 minutes. Okay, so the shape is pretty well mapped out. The there's gonna be lots of touching up because I wanted every color to be bold and vibrant in there. So that's why. Because with Blend Bunny Cosmetics, it seems to me like you don't even have to make cardio be blending, because these palettes blend themselves out. And I was gonna make a comment about these mattes. They are so soft, and I would almost say buttery, and yet they are so pigmented. I knew that this was going to be an amazing palette, but I really just did not know what to expect, and oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Okay, being too much. Let's see. I'm going to take my, I'm going to take my ABH A14 brush. I've gotten to where I'm just keeping my brushes here so I don't get frustrated at myself for losing the brush when I put it back. But I'm going to take ABH A14 and go into Stay, which is a beautiful purple. It's not the darkest purple in the palette. It's about the medium purple that's not neon. But I'm just going to start to blend out vinyl with that. Also, I do want to say thank you all so much for 400 subscribers. I just like cannot believe it. I'm so very thankful because I never imagined having so many people that want, like, I feel like you're all my friends. So to make friends through makeup has been just one of the most heartwarming things to me. I started makeup to cope with my anxiety, and through makeup I've really found amazing friends, and that's something that I will forever be thankful for. So I'm just kind of blending out vinyl with this, running it in the deep crease because I did not take vinyl up all the way. I really thought as soon as I started this eye, I was like, let me wipe this off and just do a grunge look, and then I was like, no, we're just gonna roll with it because I gotta do 3 of these, and this will be up after. So yeah, I plan to edit on my way to go see the front bottoms, but we're going to see the front bottoms. My first time seeing them. I love them. I have a tattoo on my right thigh that is from Talon of the Hawk. It's like the knife from the album. But I got the lyrics from the song Backflip, which is, I see a tattoo on my right thigh that I will probably regret one day. And to me, that was just like the funniest thing that I could have done, and like the best way for me to have a tattoo of the front bottoms, because I was racking my brain. I was like, I want to get something unique, but I was like, this is so not unique, but it's so funny, and I don't think I'll regret it. It was like the irony, because I've always, well, not always, because I haven't had tattoos for that long, but I've been told, like, you're gonna regret getting that. That's it forever. Like, yeah. They should be. Okay, so for right now, I think that's, let me take it up just a little bit more. I'm gonna bring it up just a little, kind of into the crease. Well, really into the crease. So I've taken it up a little farther into the crease. And now what I want to do, after I make sure that I have it down just the way I want it, is I'm going to take a little bit of Covet, which is the dark purple, and I'm using the same brush, not worried about cleaning it off, and I'm just going to really, really blend it between vinyl and Stay. And this is going to go up after my birthday, but I really, really, really want to say thank you to everyone for the birthday love. It really made my whole day. I felt very special and very loved, and I just want to just say thank you because it really, really meant so much to me. Oh my gosh, I need my glasses because I'm just like this and got it up so close. There was the video that I'm working on, which will go up the Sunday before this one, is my Battle of the Dupes, and it's the In a Trance palette and the dupe for it. And I was just like this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really gotta start wearing my glasses more. My eyes are terrible. Okay, so now let's take this DeVault Beauty Lounge brush. It's a little small shader. I'm gonna go into Maybe, which is this beautiful hot pink in the second row. And what I'm gonna do is just get a little of it and kind of start to pat it to blend it with the purple. This is such a beautiful shade. I'm gonna take this out just a little bit farther than the purple. wing it upwards. Alright, now I'm just going to go in with the ABH A14 brush and more stay and bring it back into play. And a little of Covet. And with that DeVault Beauty Lounge brush, I'm just going to take a little bit more of vinyl and add that onto the lid. Do a little bit of a touch up right here. But if you want to go ahead and I'll get to the next step. If you don't want to touch everything up until after you've gotten farther along, then, you know, do what you want. This is just how I do it. I don't know, I feel like sometimes my techniques just change by the day depending on how I feel. Now we're talking. And a little bit more of the purples. Oh yes. It's okay if you lose a little bit of vinyl. The purple kind of tends to cancel it out just a little bit, but it's okay. You can always go back in and touch it up. So I'm going to take a little bit more of Maybe and kind of blend this out here. Take a little bit of Stay, a little bit more Covet, and just smoky. Little blender room. Alright. Now with my nameless Morphe brush, I am going to take a little bit more Maybe and just kind of ever so gently get more gradient blend going. Need to start talking a little bit louder, but it's like if I talk too loud, am I gonna mess up? Ooh, I feel like this is a good thing I got going. Okay, now I'm gonna make sure I have it cleaned off. But this is my Vasanti brush, and I'm gonna go into the neons. I almost could not think of that word. I about said pastels, but neons. I'm excited about this. I'm gonna go into Charred, which is a super gorgeous pink, and I'm just gonna blend out Maybe with it. I did notice on doing the other eye, I'm going to go in and blend, but then I'm going to go in and just pat it. It gives you more of a colorful, really vibrant color payoff when you pat it. But I wanted to blend it first and then go in and touch it up. Okay, like that. Now I'm just going to take the same brush with the same color and go in and really pat it. I also have come to the conclusion that I'm going to be obsessed with these neons with the clean canvas in white. It's a look idea. Maybe look two. Okay. Got a nice color going on. So what I'm going to do is take my Morphe M408 brush and go back into Maybe and touch it up. And I'm also going to take my ABH A14 brush and go and touch the purples up. Okay, I knew that was going to happen. My memory card ran out, as it tends to do, but thankfully for my birthday, my husband got me a new one. So I'm just cleaning off my Vasanti brush, and what I'm going to do now is go into the shade Shocked, which is a really, really loud yellow. I'm beyond obsessed. I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to blend out these shades real quick. And that's how that beautiful orange shade will come in. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to blend it, and then I'm going to pack it. And I'm taking this up to my brow, like, I don't care. I'm trying to get as much colorful glam going on as I can. I'm going to take it towards my hairline as well. Super dramatic. Alright, now I'm going to pack. I'm going to go in with Charred and touch it up real quick. I am in love. Probably just scared my cat. He was laying behind my camera. He's been lazing about today, being the most perfect baby that he can be, because he's perfect. He can never do anything wrong. Like, I don't care. Well, I mean, really, he doesn't. But, like, he could, like, go to the bathroom on the floor just because he was in a bad mood and, like, trying to be a little turd, and I would be like, oh, you're so perfect, and no big deal. Like, that's how obsessed with my baby I am. He is precious. Oh, yes, yes, and yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna take my Sigma E25 brush and White Hot, which I'm so glad there's a white in here because Cream and Sugar is showing some pan in the blends, and that's the white that I go to, like, always. And I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. Besides buy another blends palette, but I was like, I need to stop buying so much stuff right now. Like, Christmas is coming up. I gotta get stuff for people, and I need to buy more resin so I can make gifts as well as like buy gifts. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go in and touch up a few things real quick. I'm gonna take my ColourPop E10 brush. I'm gonna clean it off real quick, and I'm gonna go into Stay and get it nice and blended in. Oh, I have a cat fur. I don't know where that come from. Surely it couldn't be from me loving on a baby. And to blend it out, I'm going to take a little bit of Maybe on the same brush, just cleaning it off. Just get right up in there on it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm being too much, I'm sorry. I'm going to clean off my ABH 18 brush. Clean off my ABH A14 brush and go back into Charred, the hot pink, and just get it. Well, not the hot pink, but the neon pink. I'm gonna pat it. Do little baby blends. Blenderoo. Oh my gosh, yes, this is fulfilling every blending fantasy right now. Now, for Blend Bunny Cosmetics, I do not have a code, but my friend Cody J Artistry here on YouTube has one, and I do believe his code is Cody J. And then Black Star MU on Instagram, Taylor, do believe her code is Black Star MU. I have to look. I can list some of the codes down below, but that's how you can get it with a discount, or you can, you know, just get it without the discount. But I figured I would mention their codes just in case you're interested. And I just adore Cody. I think he was one of the first friends that I made on Twitter. Well, that's a lie. I mean, that's a total lie, because Twintorials, they are two people that I absolutely just think the world of, and we met on Twitter. That, yeah. The funny thing is I met them through like a Raw Beauty Christy tweet thread, and then like on launch day for the Pure and Raw Beauty Christy palette, that's how I met Cody. So that's kind of like, I guess why I was like thinking that. It's because it's kind of like through Raw Beauty Christy's Twitter I've met some awesome people. So my favorites, Twintorials, I really do love them so much though. They're so sweet, and I love their makeup. They do some really, really beautiful looks, and they have the most beautiful skin. Like, they always are so glowy and just dewy, and I'm obsessed. Rachel and Victoria, just in case you didn't know, you gotta go check them out. They're here on YouTube as well, Twintorials. Okay, I think that's all the blending for right now, so let me stick the old finger in Euphoric real quick. Oh my gosh, it's so soft. And I'm just going to pat it onto the lid. I just wanted a little bit of a sparkle. I didn't want to take away from the beautiful dark from the black and the purple, but I just wanted to put a little bit of sparkle in on it. I already got myself behind because when my memory card gave out on me, I posted to Instagram real quick because I was like, I need to post my fall look. It's the one I was talking about where it felt hot. It was just a close-up of the eye, and I was obsessed with that look. But I feel like I can't mention that I love something that I've created on Instagram, because the second I do, it flops. But you know, I don't know, I really should film that look though. Got a little sparkle. Put the rest on the back of my hand, and that's a beautiful shade. So I'm just gonna take this BH Cosmetics number 6 brush and go into Flash and do that for my inner corner highlight. Now I feel like this is it. This would be a perfect summertime look, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up, which is just take some micellar water on a Q-tip and just clean it up and add some details, and I'll be right back. so this is look number 1. What do you think? I just had to be extra. Just had to. That's just me. But I'm so excited. I can't wait to do some more looks. I can't wait to do grunge looks. Everything. So I'm going to brainstorm the second look. And if you'd like to see what I come up with, then just keep on watching. And look 2. I've primed my lid with the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair. And I have my Crown Noir Queen of the Cut Crease, Half Cut Crease stencil down. So I'm going to take my Elf and jkissa brush and the shade Linger and place it right up against that stencil to map out the shape. And then I'm going to switch over to my ColourPop E10 brush with the same shade, and I will just kind of add more of an oomph to it. And I'm continuing to use Linger, as I said. So this will help add more depth to the look and make it kind of super intense. See, this is where I use the ColourPop E10 brush. I'm trying to get ahead of myself. I don't know why I'm just trying to speed through everything, but this is just going to build that shade up because I wanted to map out the shape with the Elf and jkissa brush and then use this brush to create the depth and the intensity. With the same brush, I'm taking Rush to blend out Linger, and then I'm just really doing back and forth windshield wiper motions. See, I'm still stumbling over my words, and I actually wrote everything down, but I'm just blending it out with that, making sure to take my time and get a super intense blend. So to blend that out, I'm going to take my Vasanti brush in the shade Energy just to get it nice and neon-y. This kind of reminds me of a neon fish. I'll probably say that a lot because I thought of the fish emoji, but like super neon-y. So I'm doing back and forth windshield wiper motions, little circular motions towards the outer corner of my eye. And I'm going to go back into Rush with the ColourPop E10 brush just to make sure that I'm bringing it back because I want it to be intense but very loud with the neon shade. I tend to go into the shades a few times just to make sure that I have an even blend and the colors are as intense as I want them to be. Like, these shades are so unique and I am obsessed. I don't think that I've really ever seen shades like this. So the Surge palette is just bringing all the uniqueness. So awesome. Okay, but I'm really just going back in and making everything intense, getting ready to do a little more blending, but just kind of repetitive right now to make sure I have it as bold as I want it to be. I'm really focusing on Rush and Linger. That way the look has the right amount of depth. You'll know when you see it, or you can just like do what you want to do with it. This is just how I do it. With my Faraah mini tapered blending brush, I'm taking the amazing Shocked shade to blend everything out. This yellow, the neon yellow, is exactly that, and it is everything that I ever wanted in a yellow. So right here I'm doing kind of little circular motions just to make sure that I have the blue nice and gradient, super soft. And now I'm going to go back into Energy just to touch it up because I did end up losing a little of it, but that's just because I was blending it to filth, okay? So I'm just going in, doing a little touch up, making sure all the shades are just as vibrant as I want. But I do love Energy and Shock so much. The neons in this palette are just dreamy. Now I'm just going in and touching all the shades up. And for a little more definition, I'm going to touch up Rush and do little baby blends. The babiest of baby blends. Okay, now I'm just being extra, but just touching that up with the ColourPop E10 brush, both of the shades Rush and Linger, and then I'm going to blend it out with Energy, and I just feel like it's giving me that tropical ishy fishy look. This is where I really start to focus on all of the shades, going over them, being a little repetitive, but if I feel like they need a little extra loving, then I just got to do it. We just want to look like a little tropical neon fish, so just making sure to focus in on all the shades and get it to the intensity level that I want. With my Luxie 237 brush, I'm diffusing the colors with White Hot, doing circular motions, and with my DeWalt Beauty Lounge brush, I'm just going to touch up Energy just to add a little bit of an oomph because Energy is a stunning color. Time to peel off the tape. I always look forward to this moment. It's so satisfying. Look at that. Yes. Now I'm taking micellar water on a Q-tip and cleaning up any fallout that got onto the lid or anywhere that I feel like I just need to make it a little bit sharper, just because sometimes I'm in a rush and I put the tape, or I get a little shaky because I like have a Red Bull every time I do my makeup, which probably isn't the best decision, but yeah, so I just go through and clean up my lid with some micellar water on a Q-tip. Now I'm just going to take my Sigma liner brush and go back in to linger to just bring it back. I'm not going to get it on the lid, and if I get a little fallout on the lid, then I take some more micellar water on a Q-tip to clean it up. Now I'm going to take my Morphe M421 brush and the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in white to carve out the crease and just make sure that I have it ready for the neons. I went into the white one this time because I feel like that would make it extremely more vibrant. The shades are vibrant on their own, but the white base I feel like definitely makes the colors pack one big punch, and it's worth it. I'm adding a touch of linger to the edge of the base just to make it a little bit more seamless. And then after I add a little bit more linger and get it blended, I'm going to take a little bit of energy and I'm going to pat it down and get it blended with linger and take it about a third of the way and add a little bit of chemistry, which is the beautiful neon green shade. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but kind of just working on the blend in right here. I take my time with this because I don't want to mess it up, and I feel like if I don't take my time on this part, then I can really make the look go south very quickly. But anyway, now I'm taking energy just to get it nice and gradiently blended with linger and rush. I'm going to take a little bit of chemistry and get it blended with energy, and then I'm going to add a little bit of shocked. Well, I say a little bit. It's kind of a lot of it because I'm using it as my inner corner highlight as well. And just getting that patted down, and look at it. Now I'm taking some of my DeVault Beauty Lounge Mantra Liner, and from the inner corner, I'm going to take it up into the crease and take it all the way over to where the cut out part of the crease ends. Just for a little bit of a graphic liner moment. Not me over here trying to do this and using my finger to like act like I'm showing when I'm doing a voiceover. Oh my. So this is my little neon ishy fishy moment. What you think? I added a little extraness to it, but I feel like it's so cute. Alright, off to look number 3. Sorry for the voiceover. I had no idea what I was doing. I overslept and then I just vibed with it. So this is look number 3. I took Serge in there to my husband and was like, what colors stand out to you? Because I've stressed myself out trying to brainstorm a look. So he picked the colors and I thought that was really fun. I like when he tells me some color combination ideas because it's like, okay, cool. Get it from your perspective. And yeah, so my lid's primed with the Clean Canvas in Fair. I have my Crown Noir Queen in the Cut Crease, Half Cut Crease stencil on. And so I'm just going to start out with my Sigma liner brush. I'm going to go into the shade Covet, which is the dark purple. I had no idea what I was doing. I do intend on filming another look with this soon. And I'm ready to like do a look with this and blends both. Which I think is why I kind of stressed myself out, was because I was like, oh my gosh, all these colors in here are going to pair so well with the blends. But I was like, I just want this to be Serge focused and not both palettes focused. And I kind of thought about doing a cut crease, but I was like, I don't know what to do. And he was like, oh, do a halo. I was like, all right, you got it, dude. So I'm just running this up against the tape into the crease. Take it a little bit higher than the tape. And I woke up really early this morning, super excited that I was going to get started filming before late in the afternoon, and here it is after 2 p.m. and I'm like, oh, I still need to go get groceries. And I was like, oh my goodness. But I feel like I've accomplished quite a bit of things, so I'm not so mad about that. With the same brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of vinyl and really hug that up against the tape. Not really focused on taking it up any farther than along the line of that tape. And the reason I really am liking this tape, this stencil, is because it's such a time saver. With my ColourPop E10 brush, I'm going to go into Covet and just finish bringing it down, getting it built up. I'm just cleaning off this brush, and I'm going to go into Stay, which is the purple right above Covet. And I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. I really wanted this to be quite dramatic and colorful, and I kind of feel like it is. Tried really hard to make it be. But I'm going to go into Covet and touch that up just a little bit. Now with my ABH A14 brush, I'm going to go into Maybe, which is a super hot pink shade. I love it. Just blending that shape out with it. Giving it a nice blender. And I'm going to go back into Covet and just touch it up some. And I'm going to clean the brush off and go back into Stay. With my DeWalt Beauty Lounge brush, I'm going to take the shade Charged. And I'm just going to blend that out. Because this is the nice neon-y pink. And it is absolutely life. And on the outer corner, I'm just gonna kind of pat that down. And I love how very, very, very pink it gets when you blend out maybe with Charged. Like, it's just the most perfect neon, hot pink, vibrant, just yummy goodness. So I'm cleaning that brush off, but I'm going to use it to go back into Maybe and just touch that up a little bit. Sorry, I'm not super duper talkative today. I'm just kind of stressed out because I waited to the last minute to do things that need to be done before we go to this concert that we're going to. And I'm just so behind, and I'm like, why am I the way that I am? So I have like laundry that I need to do and last minute resin stuff that I need to do, and I'm just like, what did I do all week? And I'm trying to think about things that I want to do for October because I've not even started any kind of spooky looks for Instagram, and I'm just like, am I gonna do that at all? And I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea. But I'm going back into Covet right now and touching it up. My thing is I'm not very good at like effects makeup or cosplay or anything like that, and I don't allow myself to practice because I'm just like, well, and it's like, need to get out of that and just practice. This is Stay. I'm going to touch it up a little bit, and I'm going to take a little bit more of Maybe and touch it up. And with my Luxie brush right here, I can never remember what it's called. It's the mini tapered blending brush. I'm going to go into the shade Shocked and just blend out Charged with it. I'm going to get really dramatic with it. Back and forth windshield wiper motions. And I'm going to go back in to touch Charged up here right now. So I'm going to clean off that DeWalt Beauty Lounge brush real quick. My chair is overly squeaky yet again today, so I'm sorry. I'm going to go into Charged and just work on blending it. I'm just kind of like very, very gently kind of like patting it, but also like doing little windshield wiper motions. Just little teensy tiny amounts of pressure. Alright, so now I'm just going to clean that brush off and go into Maybe and just work it into the crease a little bit more. I'm going to take a little bit more Charged and just work that into the Maybe shade and Shocked. And it is a nice gradient blenderoo. My husband just come in here and said that Shemmark is laying in this box. We got this box when we went grocery shopping, and he's laying in it, and he's just so sweet with his little towel. We gave him this little towel, and it's like his little blankie, and he said he's in there being so cute. And I'm like, I just want to go look. So I'm going to take my ABH A14 brush and a little bit more Stay and bring that purple back into the look. So by the time this goes up, the concert will have been like almost over for a week. And I feel like I mentioned it in another video, but I'm going to see the Front Bottoms. And they're one of my favorite bands. And I'm trying to think of a cool look to do before we go. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of look I want to do. I kind of like want to listen to some of their music in the morning while I get ready and just kind of see what colors I gravitate towards by like listening to them. They're funky and they're interesting and so unique that I'm just like, yes. I'm going to go back into Shocked. but I'm definitely gonna bring my mask and have it. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more charged. I keep wanting to call it charred, and I don't know why. I'm just deepening the crease up with the 2 purple shades right now. And a little bit more of maybe for good measure. All I have on my mind right now too is food, and it's like every time I film I'm hungry. Like I just think like, oh that sounds good, oh that sounds good. But at one of the restaurants that I really like, they have this vegetarian burger. It's a black bean burger, and I just tried it one day on a whim. I was like, ooh, nothing sounds good right now, but I'm definitely down to try something new. And I tried that, and I was instantly in love. I want to learn how to make a black bean burger at home, because I could see myself doing that quite often. I'm going to take a little bit more of Shocked and just blend it. While I'm out getting groceries later, I might see if I could make it to Ulta before they close, I might see if they have any like little half lashes so I can wear my glasses, because I'm reminded every day when I do a look that I should be wearing my glasses because I constantly feel like I need them. So now I'm just going to take this number 3 mini tapered blending brush from Faraah, and I'm going to go into a White Hot and just kind of diffuse the yellow a little bit. So with my Faraah number 3 mini tapered blending brush, I'm taking some of White Hot and just very gently buffing out the yellow just to soften the edges just a little bit. But if you heard the TV, I'm so sorry. My husband and I have had the TV up kind of loud doing housework earlier, and it's been a Daria marathon on Pluto TV, and we've just been watching Daria all day. Oh, so satisfying. I am going to touch up the purple just a little bit, and then I'm going to start to carve the crease out. So I'm taking that Sigma liner brush, and I'm really going to run covet up against where that tape was, not really on the lid, just slightly above it, just to create some more depth. I'm going to take a little bit of Stay, try to blend that out. Now this palette blends so well. Like, Blend Bunny Cosmetics is not fooling around. If you want shades that practically blend themselves, Blend Bunny Cosmetics is where it's at. Like, so easy to work with and so beautiful. And with this ColourPop E10 brush, I'm going to take a little bit more maybe and tap it along the edges of the purple to soften it up a little bit. Please let me know if you have heard of the front bottoms. I feel like I've asked this before, but I can't remember. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and clean my crease, carve my crease, so I'll be quiet and it'll be heavily sped up, but that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so I suck and I didn't get me carving my crease because I got the notification because I just signed up to get early access to H3 podcast, and the new thing with the new co-host come out. I'm not going to say who. I know this is going to be out after, but you just need to go watch. I'm excited. So excited. So anyway, I just carved my crease. I took some of the clean canvas of Bear, and then I took a little bit of white to make it a little more where I can get the neon pigments to be super vibrant. They're very vibrant on their own, but I feel like that white base just adds a little more to it. So that's what I did. I'm gonna take a little tiny bit of Covet and just pat it on the edges of my base. I feel like it's quite obvious that I have lots of caffeine sitting around. Got my Red Bull there and my pumpkin cream cold brew there. It's like running on caffeine is my life. That's probably not healthy, but you know. But now I'm just so excited to watch that while I do the rest of my face. I like Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna ruin it just in case you haven't watched yet. But if you haven't watched yet, go check out and see who it is, and then we'll talk about it. I'm so tickled. Like, I immediately had to call my husband who run to town, and I was like, "You're not gonna believe this. You got one guess. I'll give you one guess." And he was like, "Who?" And then, like, I was kind of surprised that he got it pretty much on one guess, but he kind of did. I was like, "Yes." It's like, now I'm just as happy as can be. Okay, this eye is always a little off for me for some reason. It looks a little, kind of looks a little different, but I feel like that's just with my eyes. This one of them's a little bit droopier than the other, so I feel like that's what it is. But I'm gonna take a little bit more of, well, I'm just gonna take some of Maybe and kind of blend it with Covet. And I'm just blending it together. I have to go back in and touch Covet up though, because always when I do a halo eye, the darkest bits that I apply first, I always lose. Then I have to get it back, and I have to go in and fix it. And this eye today, like, I don't know what's going on, but it just keeps wanting to act weird, like my eyelid skin. And every time I think of it that way for some reason, I just like think of a turkey's neck. I don't know why. I'm gonna take some of Charred. Now I have the Daria theme song stuck in my head too, and it's just like la 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 la. Alright, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So I'm just gonna take more of Shocked. I keep saying more when it's like I'm on a whole different little step, but take Shocked and just apply it on all that's left of that white base. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of Flash to put, like, tap over it, because I was like, I want a little sparkle. So I was like, yeah, that'll work. I feel like those shades that I'm gonna hit pan on first will probably be the neon shades, because this reminds me of like a yellow highlighter in the best way, and I'm obsessed. Like, it's just that yellow. Oof, yes. Okay, I'm gonna clean that brush off, take a little bit more of Charred. Just kind of nicely, gently pat that down to get it blended. And I'm gonna go in and touch up Maybe and Covet real quick. Just gently patting Maybe down to touch it up. Bring it back. That's just like, blending Maybe out with Charred is just a vibe. Like, I can see myself doing a look with just those in the future. I got a plan. I'll probably forget it, and then by the time I'm editing this, I'll be like, what was I planning? Because that's how it was in my Colourpop versus the Dupe palette that went up today, which will be last week at this point. And I'm just like, what was that? I bet it was good, because I seemed excited about it. Now I can't remember it. And touching up Covet. I'm so hyped right now. Okay, yes, this is turning out to be quite interesting, quite colorful. I am in love. And I'm gonna take a little bit more Shocked on this brush. Just kind of get it nice and loud. And I'm gonna take some of Flash and pop it on with my finger, because these shimmers that I've used so far from this palette kind of remind me of a Super Shock eyeshadow from Colourpop, and now Maggie did mention something about that, and I totally. Okay, so before my batteries died, I was talking about how the shimmers in this do feel kind of like a Super Shock eyeshadow from Colourpop, and the owner of Blend Bunny Cosmetics, Maggie, did mention that. So that was, I was excited to know ahead of time, because sometimes I just kind of try to stick my brush in like Super Shocks and it doesn't work like that. So I was really excited to know ahead of time that they were going to be soft and buttery like that. But I just popped on a little bit over the yellow, and for right now that's it. So I'm going to go finish the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. I ended up really liking it. I feel like the lashes really pulled it together. I'm obsessed with the way that the yellow neon blends. It's just magical. So I'm already going to tell you that I'm biased, and I don't think that Blend Bunny Cosmetics could create anything that wasn't good. I'm obsessed with this palette just as much as I'm obsessed with the Blends palette. This is such a gorgeous palette. Those shades speak to my soul. The neons, oh my gosh. The purples, just everything about it. The grungy feel, the shimmers. Like, I haven't even got a good dive into the shimmers yet, because the first day that I did this look, I've filmed 3 days in a row now. And that's just like, look. Like, all three together. So I definitely plan on brainstorming more. I haven't had much time to do that, but I will be back at it again with another look with this palette very soon. Let me know down below which look's your favorite. Have you tried Blend Bunny Cosmetics? I cannot recommend them enough. No, I do not have a code. I'm not an affiliate or anything. I just stand by them 1000%. They are absolutely amazing. And just in case, because I said I felt like these lashes pulled it together, these are the House of Lashes Noir Faux Mink collection. And I really don't know what the name of these ones are, but I got them in a mystery box from them back in the wintertime, I think. I don't know, it was really cold, so it's probably been going on a year now. I don't even know if I filmed that. If I did, it might would be up, unless I completely forgot about it, and then there's no point in posting it now. But anyway, tangent. I want to thank you so much for watching. I will have all my social medias down below, just in case you want to keep up with my awkward face and shenanigans while I'm not here on YouTube. But if you do want to keep up with me while I am here on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. It means so much to me. I'm very thankful for all of you who have already subscribed, who are here, who take the time out of your day to watch my videos. Or if this is your first time here and you're taking the time out of your day to watch me, I cannot express to you how much I appreciate you. Like, it really means the world to me. But yeah, without keeping you here too long, because I'm not quite sure how long this video is going to be, and I know last Sunday was a behemoth, I'm going to just go ahead and let you go now. But I do want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye!